bro.
I just heard an infamous space with
Bro,
you and
that was
J2.
disgusting, bro. That was disgusting. Bro, that was the most uncomfortable. But see, this is my only thing, bro. I'm
All
all
right.
for the rah-rah and like the back and forth and stuff, but J2 even noticed too, because he had DM me this morning, like after he watched it back, but I was just like, man, don't set no face off up when the other dude is like totally drunk, bro. And he can't even, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not even able to talk about the battle. We're not even really able to kind of go back and forth. He just kind of just like belligerent all off the wall. Even, in the beginning, I was like, as soon as they brought me up, I was like, yo, rest in peace, Bishop Brigante. He just like, where the fuck Loso at, bitch ass nigga? And I was like, yo, can we get some order in the court? But, he was just going off. And then when he started calling me cute, I was just like where's the pen at? Where's the pen at, 3? Come on, where the pen at, bro?
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you a question, brother. TBL, right? April 12th, April 13th, Houston, Texas. Shout out Chilla Jones and all that.
Yeah, shout out
You
Chilla,
and J2, man.
Card of the year.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead first. You've been on a lot of cards, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm asking every person that's been on this card, I'm asking the same question, right? So I don't mean to be redundant, but you've been here for a long time. Is this one of the best cards you've been on paper?
Yeah, I mean, I was on Search Return card.
Yeah, you've been on a lot of
cards. Saying? So that was pretty big. I was on the Mook return card with Mook and Tay-Rock. You know what I'm saying? So like I got some joints on my resume where it was like you want to be on this card because everybody's gonna be tuning in type of joint. This one is up there because it's light. We haven't seen light against somebody that we want to see him against.
Right, absolutely.
But we haven't seen light against what the fans been asking for.
And sidebar, if y'all don't know, Loso battle light for you new niggas out there that want to do the battle rap. RBE.
I tell people, bro, I beat Daylight before it was cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you're saying like they don't really people. But you know what though? I get stopped. I still get stopped to this day about that, and people still bring that up. Like, yo, like
really
that one. It's crazy because to me, I mean, like if somebody asks me like, what are your best performances? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say like, yeah, Big Sin, JC. Like I'm gonna say those, right? But
Jay the Nightwing.
Jay the Nightwing. You know what I'm saying? Like I got like a couple where I'm just like, oh, you know what? On those nights I was on 10. But there's certain battles for the casual fan that they only tune in if it's certain guys. So like there's even though the Arsenal battle, like I won on the app, I won on the polls and everything, but like it wasn't really like a crazy memorable battle. But there's people to this day because they only watch Ars, bro. Like the casual fan, like they just know Ars and they just like, yo, I can't believe you battle Ars. Like that's how crazy it is for them. And I'll be like, yeah, but look at all these other cats out. You know what I'm saying? So Daylight's one of them too, and obviously I went to war with them too. But yeah, man. So this is definitely I think though that for the like how it's going to transcend culture, I think so. Right? Everybody's going to be tuning in for this light. To see what Daylight's gonna do, and granted, it's his matchup too. It's like, yo, you're not just coming back against anybody. You coming back arguably against probably like the best battle rapper for the last 6-7 years. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's gonna be dope to know Daylight style, and then to see how it's received, especially in a big crowd, even though it's in a pit, but it's in front of a big crowd. And then Nitty, who. Even though Daylight's been flipped, Day and Light's been flipped several times. Yes. Nitty's just a dude who it don't matter. It's a blank canvas every time, bro. If it's somebody else, like you know what I'm saying, like you like, damn, what kind of refreshing material you gonna come with? Right. But Nitty's mind is just on another level. So that I would say that's that one battle. But then to me, I just think that there's gonna be better battles than that one. That was the biggest battle, right? That was the biggest battle. But to me, I think Twerk and A-War is going to be arguably, like, I don't know if both of them are on 10, like, what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Real Sick and Ilmac, like, I'm just thinking, like, bro, like, they not only do they both already kind of have, like, this thing towards each other. They both want to beat each other. And then, like, Ilmac, when I see Ilmac, like, when I watch his first round versus Nitty, or even, and this is my brother, but even his 3 rounds versus my boy 8 Ward, like to me that was peak Ilmac. And if you could get that Ilmac versus like Real Sick, that I could name any battle from Real Sick, you know what I'm saying? But but just somebody who like they're both gonna be stylistically like kind of just going back and forth. And then even though somebody might lean towards Real Sick because he's more he's a little more modern than Ilmac. I just know that Ilmac is such a vet, even on a big stage where you may think that Sick might have the upper hand. I've seen Ilmac in London. I've seen Ilmac on RBE against who he battled, JC, right? JC, like he even has a line in there. I don't adapt the crowds. I make the crowds adapt to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's only a vet could say that. He's like it's certain things where I tell people like whenever you get like a vet and you come in that, I even put myself because I'm 10 years in the game now. But like when you get a new dude that somebody says like you get one of these new guys and you're just like, yo, you can't do nothing with me or yada yada yada. It's just like, yo, it's like when Kyrie was at the Olympics years ago and he was telling Kobe, I'll beat you 1-on-1. And some people was like, yo, he might because of his handles. But it's like, yo, Kobe's been playing so long. You don't think he's played against he's seen these moves before. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not so Ilmac, he's gonna go up there, bro, and there's no setting that you could put Ilmac in and think that he's gonna be uncomfortable. So I know I'm going on a tangent, but I just think that you got the Twerk and War, you got the Ilmac and Real Sick. There's a surprise battle that I
know about.
You know what I'm saying? So like my thing is like I think that even though people probably not gonna be thinking about it, but both two surprise. I don't even know.
It's two.
Yeah, I know one of them for sure is going. I don't know. Like I heard mixed things about that, but both of the surprise battles though, I just think that's just like stylistically, it's like, oh yeah, let's see what happens with that. Yeah. But then and then I mean you got Jazz and Hollow, who Jazz is just she's been great ever since she's been outside. She's proven all the doubters wrong. Right. You got Hollow, who's just a vet. You know what I'm saying? You can't ever discount Hollow when you go in there. And I just think that there's even dope battles throughout the whole card.
Nightwing and Ill Will. That could be both of them on 10.
And what's crazy is that's such a Jada Nightwing is just such a
I love that dude.
He's a breath of fresh air, bro, because he's almost to me he epitomizes that line that Ilmac says where he says, I don't adapt the crowds. I make crowds adapt to me. Like if you notice, bro, if you notice, Jada Nightwing always goes first. He is in his whole career, which is crazy because the average battle rapper, they always think, nah, I gotta go second because I want to rebuttal or I want to get the lasting impression. Right. But Jada Nightwing always sets the tone, and which I always respect from him. But also on top of that, he doesn't try to like, yo, I gotta land it on the 4 or I gotta land it this way. I gotta fluctuate my voice. Like he may have that sometimes, but he's controlling, and you're just gonna follow him because he's penning some stuff together that's crazy. Man. Yes. And so he's almost like, yo, I don't care what you do. And I stood in front of him. It wasn't his best performance, but I already knew going into the battle. It's just like, yo, he's able to talk in a way where he's gonna get the whole crowd's attention. And he's gonna hold him in the palm of his hand, and at any moment he could just be wilding on you, bro. And so then Ill Will, who's just a showmanship, bro. I tell people all the time, bro. He's like a Swiss Army knife, bro. There's not like you may not have Ill Will top 3 or 5 in like a specific category, but he's top 10 in every category. You see what I'm saying? Like he may not be the funniest battle rapper, but he's probably top 5 funniest battle. Like when he gets in his joke bag, you know what I'm saying? Like just rapping, flows, like punches, like he could do everything. And it just depends on what he's deciding to do that day. And so, yeah, bro, I just think that the card, especially being a 2-day, I think that I saw some stuff about $75, bro. Like, bro, $75 for that card, bro. Like, come on. If somebody told me, yo, if Light and Daylight, if Daylight and Nitty would have just done the battle themselves and said, yo, hey, $75 to watch this battle, I would have done it. I would have done it, bro. But you giving me Daylight, Nitty, Twerk, Ward, Ilmac, Sick, Jazz, Hollow, like, and then it's 2 days, you know what I'm saying? And then you getting other great performances, which there's battlers who may not be as known, but they're gonna get crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know
Chef Tre's gonna get crazy. I know Chef Tre,
cloning Elijah straight.
Shout out to Elijah.
Like that battle's just gonna be a bar fest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So I'm really excited. So in regards to the question, I think you was gonna ask, how did the J2 battle come along? Honestly, I didn't up until the announcement. I wasn't supposed to battle J2. It was literally last minute. So I was originally for probably since if they started announcing the card, what, top of March probably? I think maybe, I don't know when, but
About that time,
February, March or something. But
Wait,
I was probably contacted in November, December, and I was locked in with Marv One the whole time. So it was me and Marv One the whole time. And so what I did was TBL had reached out to me and they wanted to do a 2 battle deal. So they're doing this card, and then there's doing another card in Atlanta in May. And so which I'm kind of already giving my opponent, but I'll say it now though. But that's why originally, you know, when I had that interview that kind of went viral where everybody was like, what card Loso talking about? And I was like,
You
yo,
was the first one. You was the first one.
and I just all I said was like, yo, this, I'm not gas. This is not even gassing it up. It's just the best card that we've ever seen, bro. And y'all gonna see it. And when I've heard that he got daylight, I was like, okay. But Chilla originally reached out to me and he was like, yo, you and Marv. And I said, bet. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and lock that in. Marv's a legend. And Marv's also a good friend of mine too. So I was excited to kind of get in the ring with him. And then what ended up happening was Arsenal wasn't on the card yet. Like he wasn't, I don't think he was on the card. I think that they ended up working something out and Arsenal was available. So they needed to find Arsenal an opponent. And, you know, it's tough to find Arsenal opponent because he done battled everybody. But him and Marv, you know, you got that whole Detroit Jersey storyline there. Both of them legends, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So Chilla just asked me, he was like, yo, how about we, you know, I'm gonna move Marv and Arsenal. I'm gonna put them together. I think that'd be I think Arsenal needs a matchup, so cool. We're gonna give him Marv, and then what about J2? And then we'll do Marv in the Atlanta card in May. And I was like, I bet, let's go and do it. So it was technically a replacement battle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if J2 was originally on the card. I don't know if he had a different opponent, but I know for me that was originally what it is. And when he told me J2, I was just like, all right. The only kind of thing I kind of was like hesitant about is that this is how all of us think, like me, Saga, Wall Street, like we kind of we don't like battling similar opponents back to back only because of the redundant, you know, storyline or whatnot. Now the only time that, I mean, the one time that we did do it, we both, you know, it was still cool when me and War battle Rock back to back. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the same next day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that was fine. But this one, you know, even though it wasn't back to back, it's obviously that was J2's like last marquee pay-per-view joint. And then obviously he's getting on here. So, but you know, nonetheless, though, like we different battlers, there's different conversations, stuff like that. So there's certain things Ward could have only told him, there's certain things J2 could have only said to Ward, vice versa. There's certain things that J2's gonna say to me and say certain things I'm gonna say to him. So you know, I'm excited to get on that stage, man.
Well, he's 0-1 against a Horseman already. Let's just throw it out there. 0-1 against the Horseman, right? Preparing for this battle, how is the process? Is it different for you, obviously? Because
man, yeah. You referencing like him being gay?
Yes.
Got it. So I think that you know what, it's always so I think even so much for like the fact that, you know, that the culture knows that we're Christians.
Right.
I think that the only reason why you know, when preparing my material, I'm just thinking about I have to think about like how's it received, because you don't automatically want your material to be looked at as like, oh, he's judging or he's like right? Like for instance, like other battle rappers like Twerk or whoever else, they can go up there and be like, you know, why the hell are you gay and you did it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's bombing, right? Because they don't have that overarching narrative around them where, you know, it can easily come off like that if you kind of get into almost like this like talk to a mode. You don't want kind of like the fan, and then I don't know, maybe the fans might rock with that, maybe the fans might won't. You just never know sometimes. But that's probably the only thing where in the back of my mind I'm just like, yo, I'm treating J2 like a battle rapper regardless. It's not like I'm going in there like I'm battling the gay battle rapper and this has to be the angle, you know what I'm saying? Because there's other things, you know what I'm saying? Like I could talk about, you know, his upcoming, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, me starting in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, him kind of getting his start in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I could, you know, URL, I could talk about, you know, I feel like, you know, whether or not I want to take the angle of like talking down on him on like, you know, you haven't done what I've done. Like, don't try, you know, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like there's other conversations that I think would be refreshing and also rewarded to the fans if I did do it well. So, but yeah, we'll see, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Last year, was it different for you because how active you were in 2024?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was active in 2023 as well.
Okay.
But 2024, yeah, it was. I had a crazy resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, but unfortunately, like, I feel like the day and age to today, and granted, we only got one more Cody coming, but I remember when he first started, was 2017, 2018,
2017.
like that. You know, I was making all of those, but that's when I felt like people were tuning in to the work, and it wasn't getting lost in the sauce. There's so many battlers now, so many events that's happening all the time that everybody just feels like, yo, I had a crazy year. Everybody feels that. Even J2 feels that. J2 feels like, yo, I should have been in the top 20. When you look at my resume, there was several people who was writing me on Twitter, was just like, yo, Los, you definitely should have, you know what I'm saying? Like, we thought just you battling Geechee and Rock back to back, you should have just, had an automatic bid. But
all right, stay. It was the Rock and Geechee battle, right? I had you in those battles, but the judges, both those battles were judged, right?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
That kind of messed you up, you think? That?
Yeah, I mean, so technically, right, on paper, I guess both of them were judge losses, but
right.
But which kind of helped me out though, because that weekend and the week after, well, one, even with my performances, just off my performances, weren't even just saw how I cooked in both of them. I ended up getting the Champion magazine for that weekend, so that spoke volumes, right? Like, it wasn't nobody else who got it. Like, Loso got his own solo Champion magazine on that one. That was my second one. On top of that, you ended up, I ended up being like almost like the people's champ, because I remember after the Geechee one,
right?
And when they had voted Geechee out, which I was shocked, everybody on Twitter was like, yo, Loso, you got robbed. And I actually enjoyed, even though I would have just took the judge win, I actually enjoyed the fact that, because it sparked more conversation. And what it did too, now granted, I think the Rock battle was a lot closer than the Geechee one.
Yeah,
because Rock, to me, Rock clearly got the first, right? I feel like I as a second, and I feel like I definitely got the third because he choked in the third.
That's why I got you round 2 and 3.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but regardless though, the Rock battle was, hey, it depends. Like, some people probably just felt like, yo, that first round from Rock, I don't need to watch no more, right? Some people probably already had it like, yo, he just won. But granted, that wasn't the whole story. But I'm just saying, going into the Geechee battle, I needed to wild out. And because I did so well in the Geechee battle, and also because the majority of people thought I won, it almost made people go back to the Rock battle and was like, wait, if Loso just went and battled Geechee and gave you a crazy performance, now I got to revisit, because, bro, that's back-to-back, and he didn't choke at all. No shade to Rock, but, Rock had a mishap in my third round. You know what I'm saying? But I did both of those battles back-to-back and gave you 6 clean rounds. You know what I'm saying? No stumble, nothing like that. And so I thought those 2 battles were going to go ahead and, like, just kind of solidify me in there. But you got to remember, when Cody gets their list, it's a coat check, you know what I'm saying? So the fans are like, yo, let's go ahead and give them our list. And, unfortunately, for whatever reason, the fans weren't really remembering, until the conversation started again on Twitter and they started hitting me up. But I remember I saw like 2 or 3 accounts. They were just like, damn, Los, I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. So let me ask you, how you felt about the Your Honor battle and the Jack Boy battle?
I thought both battles were good. I took both battles on short prep. On the polls when they came out on Twitter and stuff, I had won both polls. You know what I'm saying? The Honor battle, I won the Jack Boy joint and the Honor battle.
The Jack. All right, I felt the Jack Boy battle. I thought Your Honor won that battle, but I felt Jack Boy, you were debatable about edge of the battle though. How do you feel about yourself though? As
Your Honor?
Yeah.
So the Your Honor battle, I thought same thing. I mean, I felt like so this is the thing. Your Honor had I don't know what round it was that gets clipped up, you know what I'm saying, but he's spazzing. But to me though, here's the only thing. Like, I mean, it really depends on how you judge battles and what's your preference. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a dude is just going up there and he's just rapping and you just feel like, yo, I'm just rocking with that material, it is what it is. Like, to me, like, obviously I'm angling, I'm coming up with different things about Your Honor. That round that everybody talks about Your Honor, like, bro, there was 0 references to Loso. 0. But it was fire though, right? He was like, I was moving white off the red head like Rachel Nichols, and I was doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was standing there and I was like, yo, it's fire. I even said it, I said fire, but what is this, a mixtape verse? Like, that's what I said. But it wasn't like I walked away, I felt like, oh, this dude got me. No, like, I felt like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I felt like I clearly got the first. in that round, and then the other 2 rounds, with that 3rd round was what he did. But I mean, it's really going how you judge that battle on preference or whatnot. So,
but do you feel that battle and maybe the Rosenberg being vaulted that and it's the Rosenberg battle? What happened there? Can you give us some side? How you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, no, the Rosenberg battle. I mean, yeah, it didn't drop. Wait, which one? That one, Rosenberg, and what else? Your Honor?
No, Rosenberg first.
Yeah, the Rosenberg one. But see, that's the thing though. So the rule in Cody, at least what it was, is that if the battle wasn't on pay-per-view or did not drop, even though you battled in that year, we can't count it because they didn't watch it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just leave the event and just be like, well, the consensus and the people in the room is like, yo, this dude won, this dude lost, or whatnot. Because if it didn't drop, it didn't drop. You know what I'm saying? Like that, people, you can't make an opinion on it just because of whatever was said. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only thing. Like, I mean, I don't think that they used the Rosenberg. I mean, granted, like I said, the fans didn't really use the coat check, but the fans wasn't really involved with the Rosenberg battle because nobody seen it. And so, and it didn't drop. Now, the battles that I do think that, the official one, right? So I'll say this one, because I think somebody had made mention. Oh, they was talking about it when they were judging officials year. Man, to me, it's like, go watch that, bro. Like, I went up there 3 rounds, you know what I'm saying?
I was in the building for that.
And bro, and even I don't know if you told me, but I know Jay Black different. Jay Black was just like, bro, and Tony Bro, and they was just like, yo, they wasn't even trying to, like, bro.
They was trying to look. I was in the building, man. They was there for official.
They was there for official.
Sorry, Carl, not for you. They were there for official.
And bro, and there was, even as I'm rapping, like, it just was like, nah, we're not gonna go ahead and rock with it. And even when I had did like a
before you go, me and Jay Black were sitting next to each other, right?
Yeah.
And we like, yo, Loso, me and Black, Loso saying some shit together, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's hard to even like really acknowledge if somebody's cooking when it's just dead quiet, right? Like when no one's getting any reaction, you know what I'm saying? You just like, like.
Let me tell you how bad it was. The brother behind me and Jay Black, right? He was oohing on before official even get to the punch. We're like, bro, she didn't even get to the punch yet.
Yeah, there were people behind, bro. There were people behind official. Granted, she in New Orleans, right? And I'm looking at the entourage, and they was just like, they were like interjecting like before gassing up, and I was just like, yo, at least let her finish her line and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
he was that
but that's fish or whatnot. Like I said, bro, I don't. But that one, I think that was just the consensus right now. I believe that was pay-per-view, and it also dropped or whatnot. But to me, it's like, I went in there and did what I could. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. I think there was even a second round where I thought it was hilarious, where I was kind of like, I wasn't really body shaming her, but I had some jokes or whatnot, and bro, it was every time I sparred with somebody, it was hilarious. And in any other room, bro, it would have went. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I said something like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, along the lines of like mentioning like, when you take one for the team, like I was like, this ain't taking one for the team. It's taking one for the whole organization and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people was like laughing about us when I was rapping it. Sharon, Danny Myers outside of stuff, but in that crowd, it was like, man, we ain't about to let you come up here and clown our queen. You know what I'm saying? So
in New Orleans,
oh yeah, New Orleans, hell nah. So yeah, that was So I would say that one. But then again though, it wasn't even debated. Remember, like people, it wasn't like they went through my resume. It was just that like it didn't even make the coat check. That's what it was at the end. It didn't make the coat check. Certain battlers didn't even get mentioned, and so it just was what it was.
So you battled T-Top and KKR's win.
Oh, that's 2023. Yeah. And was that even? Yeah. That was 2023 because originally I was booked. You're right. I was booked for T-Top in 2022, but I tore my ACL and I battled him. But Chaos and T-Top was 2 years ago.
Okay.
But that year though, I had the Johnny Storm battle. I had the Sharon battle. I battled Sharon and Press Mafia back-to-back days, both good one-rounders. No. I'm sorry. Sharon was 3 rounds, but that was a compliment battle. But, they still be adding that. Compliment battle. And then I went and I battled Press Mafia the next day in New York. Literally, I got on a train and drove and went over there and battled him. I had official. We had the 2-on-2 versus Foots and Flair. Crazy battle. It was a bunch of joints that I felt like. Serious Jones, which that battle wasn't really good, but it was clear 30 or whatnot. The crowd, huh?
Game, right?
Yeah,
Game,
which you know, even though those battles are not dropping, obviously because you know business, but it was pay-per-view, so people saw that. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know what I'm saying? Like those, I just think that there was enough work there that you know I should have made a top 20. But you know, I mean, like to me though, 3. If I'm just being honest, I've made 4 of them already, so I'm not really pressed off of like making the list. Now to me, don't really matter as much unless I feel like I have a strong run-in to win it. If I have a strong run-in to win it or even get in that top 3, top 5 joint, then I'll be petitioning a little bit more. But when you kind of just going to be, you know, floating around like the 15, 16, 17 range, that's cool for your first time, maybe even your second time. But for me, every time I've made the list, I've always been 12, 11, 10. You know what I'm saying? And then I think the highest was I made 9 or whatnot, but I don't know yet. But you know, but that's where I was though. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like 2 11s, a 12, and a 10 or whatnot. So, but you know, after that, after you make the list and you know you kind of in the upper rank of the list.
Right. You tore your ACL in 2022, right?
Yeah. So right when I battled Tink. I battled Tink when I had tore it. Right, I was on crutches, but then right after the Tink battle, I went and got surgery, and I thought I was gonna be able to, like, I got surgery like a week before the T-Top battle, and it was supposed to be on volume. And that was when Foots and Saflair opened up that volume. I forgot who the main event was that battle, but you know me and T-Top was scheduled, but the only reason, but I could not walk, bro. The doctor told me I was gonna be able to stand, and all I wanted to do was just stand, but I could not, bro. I couldn't even put pressure on it, so that's why we put the T-Top battle in February next year.
Mm-hmm. And you recently battled Don Marino, right?
Yeah. That was a goodie out there, man. It went crazy out there too. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of for like, you know, they kind of marketed it as the King of Florida, but you know, I tell people all the time, bro, like I don't care who battles me, and no disrespect, but you know, Craig Lamar, Don Marino, Deuce, Johnny Storm, my verse, like I battled. Well, I haven't battled Deuce in my verse, but I battled all of them, and it's just like, y'all could paint that narrative before the battle, but bro, I put in too much work for this state and done whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I feel like I've just solidified myself as the best to ever come out of that state, and it's a dope honor to you know, any battle rapper that could say, yo, I'm the best in my state. It is what it is. I don't care because you got to think about it. It's always 100 battlers, even though you probably only know Don Marino and Craig.
There's a lot of Florida battle rappers,
but it's
in Miami, there's a lot of battle rappers.
So you got to think about it. They all gunning and they all nice. Now, granted, you know, they probably don't get the same opportunities, or they probably didn't, you know, really execute their opportunity whenever they did get on, you know, Crucible or this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, like to say like, yo, I'm the best to ever come out of this state. Right. I mean, it is what it is. So.
And the Lou Castro battle.
Bro. So, same thing too. I was like the late prep. Sometimes I be like, I ain't gonna lie. I got to a point where I could do it. Sometimes though, you know, it just that first round, bro. And a lot of people told me this too, bro. Like when I was on, did you watch the battle? Yeah, like when you watch the momentum of my first, bro, I felt like I had it. I literally like after I had landed like my second or third, I was just like, oh yeah, like I got this. I'm even looking towards smacking them. They smiling, like it just felt like I was gonna run away with it, and then I just blanked out. I just blanked, bro. And that wasn't even so. I mean, granted, you know, more prep is always gonna be good, but at that point, I remember standing there and I said, dog, like what the hell? And then when I got it back, I said, damn, bro, like that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it sucks. Like whenever you like for a battler and every battler who's ever like, you know, kind of blanked out on there, to get it back is even a miracle, because not only are you trying to remember like what just like the next line, but now you also conflicted with the thoughts of everyone in the room. You kind of already conflicted with the thought of, all right, they already gonna chalk this as an L. Why do I even keep going? And then you got to even get the thought of just like, damn, bro, like why did I just do this? Now I got to do, you know what I'm saying? And so
you gotta fight all that, Los. That's crazy.
While trying to get your line back, you know what I'm saying, and perform. And so, you know, that's why sometimes it takes like another line or two for you to kind of get back into the mood. And then, you know, you might have just lost the crowd at that point. Even you could be saying the craziest stuff after that, but they just like, nah, let's just go to the next round. So I thought it was apart from that, it was dope. I haven't really watched it back, but I mean, I felt like my second and third was good too, but that wasn't the way that I wanted to start off the year. I actually liked my material going into that Castro battle, but right after that, like I had I've had a couple battles or whatnot already, and so I think a bunch or whatnot. I'd be losing track of it, but Don Marino, I just battled out in Pittsburgh. They got an up and comer out there who's real dope. His name is Rondo 5 Jr. So came out there and went crazy. Easy was hosting the battle, and I wrote that the night before, and Easy pulled me aside and was like, "Bro, you gave that boy a URL round in the second round." You know what I'm saying? But that's how they felt. They just felt that way. You know what I'm saying? I just know how to deliver my material and stuff. So, but it was dope. So, and then I got next up, like obviously I got J2, and right after J2, I got Danger Zone in Pittsburgh.
All right, so when you battle Danger Zone?
So I battled him the 19th or the 18th, I think. I think it's on a Friday. So I battled J2 on a Saturday, that April 12th, and then the 18th, I go to Pittsburgh and I battle.
That Danger Zone battle is gonna be true.
Yeah. And when I battled Rondo 5 Jr. out there, he just battled Steams. Him and Steams had and Danger Zone's just one of those dudes that
Danger's nice though, Loso. He's nice though.
Always. And he never conform. Like he's just like, look, bro, I'm rapping and I'm gonna be saying something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. So it's gonna be a goodie too with Danger.
So there's no way possible J2 could beat you?
No, zero, bro. If I don't rap,
huh?
Yeah, if I mess up and don't rap or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? If I'm doing that, but if you just talking about going round for round, no, bro, no, the hell. And I don't like the fact that like he be trying to walk around and talk like, oh yeah, only the Turks and A-Wars can beat me and Loso not that. Like, first of all, you don't have any jurisdiction to even talk like that to me. By no metric, if we keeping it 1,003, by no metric, and that's no shade to J2, but it's just like, Jay, like, you don't gotta lie. Like, you could say you better than say you feel like you better than me. Say you feel like you're gonna beat me on that day. Say that your material is just out of this world. It's gonna be. Say that, but don't be coming out and be like, Loso, you ain't yeah. I'm just like, okay, but what conversation we having? Like, what are we saying? Because my highs are doubling your highs. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we talking about views? Are we talking about stages? Are we talking about name? Like, what are we really having a conversation of? And if we want to talk about raps, we could do that too. We could bring up our bars. We could bring up whatever. You know what I'm saying? We could bring up flow and stuff like that. And I feel like there's certain elements of rap in which I not only am better, but I'm a lot better, and I'm gonna go ahead, and that's my thing. I'm gonna showcase that. You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, bro, I mean, he should feel like he always gonna feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Even the night that I had battled Castro, like he had battled Jack Boy, and I think some people probably thought Jack Boy was gonna go in there and do whatever he did. But J2, like he projects very loud. He's very confident, even for his stature or whatnot. Like he's very confident. So there's certain things that no matter what, even against, regardless of who you had winning in the Snake Eyes battle, the consensus was like J2 was wilding on him on stage.
I had J2. I don't say don't like that. I had J2.
Yeah, and so and regardless, right? Like the story there is that when J2's on the stage, he feels comfortable, bro. He doesn't feel like hey, I'm not. I don't have X amount of battles. I'm just saying, don't start having that conversation with me online and face-offs and all this other stuff as if you've done something to surpass me. You know what I'm saying? Like we not that. To me, that's when I'm taking it as like, oh, okay, you really getting disrespectful, and then now I'm really gonna get in my bag and really show you that it's levels. You know what I'm saying? So but I think it's gonna be a fun battle. I think it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's gonna do some stuff that gonna get the crowd, rocking and stuff. But it's just.
Are you worried about that at all? That his comical side will be heavy on his head?
Nah, I'm not, bro. I don't think so.
Even though you're funny though yourself though, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's funnier than me. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's the thing, like if we're gonna joke, we're gonna joke. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think so. But I think that he could. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that he probably could do on stage and do that. And he has his own support system and people that stand behind and notable people that stand behind him and stuff like that. And even fans, you know what I'm saying? Like they definitely they rock with J2 as well. And so I'm excited. I'm always excited to go into any battle though and hear. And I'm not the type of dude that's like, oh, here they go with the Christian angle. Nah, like I know that's the biggest joint. I just like when it's refreshing though. You know what I'm saying? When it's done well. You know what I'm saying? When it's like new bars or new punches, or you incorporate it with, with my name or with my whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm always excited to hear my opponent's stuff, to see what they came up with. And so we'll see what happens on that stage.
Did you watch J2 versus Jerry West?
I just did.
How you feel about that? Who you had win the battle?
Well, so J2, Jerry West, I think even says that. I'll be honest, it's a lot different when I watched it on the app than what people were saying out of the room.
Okay.
But when I spoke to Jerry though, Jerry even told me though, Jerry was like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he edged it too in the room. Like, because of the way he said, like, I wasn't really like Jerry told me, he said, like, yo, I wasn't really rapping like the way I was, like I'm normally rapping, like, and J2 was just a lot more confident and projecting a lot more. And so when he was doing that, I think that's the same thing that he did with Jack Boy. I just think that those two things are like my strong suits as well. Gotti even said, like, he feels like I have one of the best deliveries, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like projection and enunciating words and stuff. So, but yeah, I seen that one. And so, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? So,
okay. Are you gonna give Snake Eyes a look at some point?
Man, yeah, I told. Here's the thing: they called me for this, for the Easy and Swamp card. They called me for the Easy and Swamp card to battle to battle Snake, and I told him, yeah, you know what I'm saying. The business didn't get locked down, you know what I'm saying. We didn't agree on certain numbers or whatnot, but it wasn't no bad blood. But even when I saw Easy out in Pittsburgh, he was just like, yo, we gonna lock something in. Whether it's I don't know if it's gonna be with Snake, because I think he has something else planned for this for the next one. But because I think he's trying to do something crazy later on in the year where, I got a chance to kick it with Easy out there, and he saw me perform. He was like, obviously he was super impressed, even though I was like, bro, Easy, this is me just this Devin Booker at LA Fitness, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. Like,
Devin Booker at LA Fitness is crazy.
That's all it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just in there, like, yeah, you're gonna be impressed with, like, take the context. But Easy was telling me though, like, yo, I got this joint at the end of the year, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I want you on it. So I said, bet, we're gonna lock in. So I don't know if it's gonna be with Snake. But regardless though, me and Snake have been trying to make it happen, bro. I could think off the top of my head like 5 different cards in which we almost did it. Even for Mass, even the Mass 6 joint, you know what I'm saying? Where it was a big card or whatnot, the TBL KOTD joint. Yeah. They contacted me for Snake Eyes, and we was gonna do it.
That was nice. Tay-Rock and Big K, that's A-Ward, the Taurus and all that.
Yeah. But it was some other stuff that was going on that couldn't get locked in. But I had agreed to it. My business side had already locked in and stuff like that. So, and then other leagues had already tried. So, but I think that it's definitely gonna happen. Even for URL, whenever URL hits me up and they ask me for names, I always throw Snake Eyes in the mix. I would say, like, yo, this a battle I'll take.
Your final question here, sir. Your thoughts on Drake's Nokia video? Man.
No, you're what I want to know, bro. This is the thing, 3. This is what I'm saying. I think that when people are judging certain songs, I think that you gotta judge certain songs with different lens, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't be going into Nokia thinking like, man,
I'm not expecting lyrical miracle, chill,
or not even, but this all I'm saying, right? So I think that whenever a song is widely widely popular, I'm not always gonna say like, oh, that makes it an automatic good song. Yeah, but right. I do think that like this is how I judge music, right?
All right.
Obviously I judge it from like my personal taste, which I'm not gonna let that be the overall, right? Because there's certain things I don't like. But then I ask myself, okay, what was the purpose of this song? What was the goal of this song, right? And my thing is like, bro, 3, if you go in the club, because I know you go out, if you go out in the club, if you go to the club in Miami with your girl and that song comes on, look around the room. All the baddies are loving it. All the baddies are going crazy.
After 2 o'clock in the morning, liquor, sir, in your system, and marijuana.
Bro, I'm out. Look, I'm out, bro. I be out at these sports, bro. I be out wherever, bro. When that song comes on, bro, it's like put it this way. Did you like Rich Baby Daddy Gang? You didn't like that either, though. And so my thing is 3. Here's the thing. I'm never gonna, you know what? I never go to your tweets when he drops records like that. I never.
Listen, come back here. Come back over here. Los. My brother Loso at, man. Listen, man, I just don't like this song, bro. Okay? I don't know what y'all want to tell y'all, man. We lost Loso. Maybe that's what it is. On that note, the Drake conversation, he doesn't want to indulge in that. Let's see. I'll give him 2 seconds to come back in there. Let him get his bars off for there. I know he rocks with Drake. Battle rappers, they all love Drake, right? Let's see if he comes back in. Maybe his phone died. I'll give him a minute. I'll give him a minute. And remember, y'all, this weekend, Hitman Holler's one night conversation thing, the pay-per-view Saturday. I think Loso's done. I'm gonna get Loso 55 seconds in, man. You don't come on, we out. I think I gotta interview somebody else tonight. Yeah, I do, in fact. Text that brother too. All right, y'all. I think me and Loso are done here, man. I'm a holler.